This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hello everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we have a wonderful topic for you in the Fashion Bunker. We're going to talk about Louis Vuitton, and there are several topics to touch base on. One of them being the price increases and the little strategies that you will never hear anywhere else but here, thanks to my special guest star, which we're going to get to in a second, the reasons behind, and also what is going down with the designs of Virgil Abloh and Louis Vuitton. We're going to get to all of that in just a second. First and foremost, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thumb up this video, push the join button next to the subscription button, become a member today and gain access to extra perks. Same applies to Patreon, superdacob all spelled together on Patreon. Thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged. And this video is being filmed live in front of a virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday. Everybody's welcome to join in to the fun and to the chat. So I have wonderful co-chatters in the chats. I see now that my hair is all a mess. Apologies, that's what you get when you have long hair, very high maintenance. So thank you guys so much for being in the chats. And I would love to welcome, it is my honor to welcome the wonderful one and only connoisseur du jour about Louis Vuitton and all things Louis, FOXYLV. Let me cue you in, darling. Ah, there she is. Hi, Foxy.
Hi, sweetie.
So you guys, Foxy is on audio call with us right now. I've cued in Foxy's picture to the side here. There she is. Be sure to follow Foxy on Instagram at FOXYLV, FOXYLV. She also has another Instagram profile called FOXYLV Den, right? I always forget that one. LVs or LV?
LV.
FOXYLV Den. FOXYLVDEN. There you have it, guys. Foxy, my dear.
Yes, my love.
So, I have wanted to ask you.
Oh.
Okay, because you guys, I was talking to Foxy about we had our private conversation about the price increases and all the shebang going down at Louis. It's really irritating. We said that we feel that Louis is kind of sad because they're running after the Chanel and the Hermes price increases because they also want to be the cool kids that can do all the price increases. But then Foxy told me something very, very interesting. Let me just lift my toiletry pouch, Monogram 26. Something very interesting about the monogram, not just the monogram, but the canvas in general. Foxy, would you care to enlighten us with that little tidbit of information about price increases and what the theory is? Where are they heading to?
Okay, my darling. All right, so Louis right now is trying the great LV experiment. Super annoying. Their plan is to keep increasing the monogram prices, monogram canvas prices, till they reach the same as leather.
I know, and now I mean I'm reading the chats. Everybody's like, "What?"
So I know a lot of people heard the rumor that they wanted to phase out canvas, but they've decided to go with this plan for the moment until they change their mind again, that they won't phase out canvas if people will pay the same price for canvas as they would leather.
This is shocking to me. Okay, first of all, why would Louis, I don't believe that they, I mean, we've heard the rumors, but I don't believe they would ever phase out canvas. They've built their whole heritage on canvas. Their trunks, their famous world traveling trunks are covered in canvas, so they're a little bit more waterproof. Like, why would they, you know what I mean? But then, okay, let's just say maybe they want to, like, why? It's their, that's how they earn their money. But then the shocking thing, to make canvas cost as much. So you guys, this, they want to make this canvas version of the toiletry pouch. We've seen also the leather versions of these. They cost like triple or double. They want to make this one cost the same amount as leather. And if they get away with it, yay for them, they're going to be happy. But what if they don't get away with it? Foxy, do you believe, first of all, first question, when do you think, Foxy, that Louis is going to reach a point, at what point in time will the canvas cost as exactly the same amount as leather? When do you think that point will be reached in time? How soon?
The timeline that I got told was 3 to 5 years.
So you guys, you heard it here first. 3 to 5 years, and after that, plastic and leather are going to cost the same. And second of all, the second question is, do you think they will get away with this, Foxy? Oh, wait a minute. 3 to 5 years, but we also mustn't forget, as the canvas goes up in price, so does the leather. So how are they going to keep...
Yes.
So they're going to keep raising the price of canvas a bit more than how much they raise the price of leather, because otherwise they can't reach the same price for canvases. Or how do they plan to do this?
So, like, when they do price increases, I've noticed on the trend that their leather prices don't really go up that much. It's not a lot, but their canvas prices sure do. It's $65, $100 each time, depending on the item.
Yeah, that is, I've noticed that too. I was totally shocked. But don't you think that maybe the price increases of the canvas are due to the fact that there's more demand for it than there is for their leather?
Oh, there's always going to be more demand for canvas. Everybody loves canvas. It's their heritage.
Yeah. So
they're trying to be something they're not.
What are they trying to be? What is your analysis on that?
They want to be like Hermes and Chanel. They want to be in that league, but they're Louis. You're Louis. Calm down.
Like, chill out, dude.
Seriously, though, like, it's Louis Vuitton. What are you known for? You're known for the monogram canvas. That's exactly what you think when you think Louis Vuitton.
That's what I think when I think Louis. And I mean, I know that a lot of people love different canvases. They love their Demiere Benz and the this and the that and the graphites. But to me, this is in my heart. The monogram is for me always, it makes me believe I can travel. And every time, honestly, you guys, I know this sounds super like cringe in a way, but every time I lift up even my toiletry pouch where I have all my makeup in, I'm lifting it. As I'm lifting it, I always feel like I'm boarding the Orient Express. And there's going to be an Agatha Christie scene happening, and I'm going to have my little Louis luggage with me going through, proving myself that I'm innocent, or having to, I don't know. I have this whole story in my mind always of like traveling in the early 10s or 20s through the world. That's the vibes this thing gives me. It makes me dream. And their leather doesn't make me dream. You love that? Oh, thank you.
I love that. One of the pieces that I hope to own one day is a trunk. Like from the 1900s. I want an early Louis Vuitton trunk because of the history that would be attached to it. Yeah,
that's a dream. I just wonder if their early trunks, if that canvas still holds up, or if it did it degrade or break, or did it become moldy.
It depends on how well somebody took care of their trunk, but a lot of it has held up quite well.
Oh, that's so beautiful. But anyway, I gotta say, I'm still super happy. Even people, complain about, oh, the canvas, it's getting thinner and thinner. I've been abusing this toiletry. I've unboxed it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm using it every day, you guys, like using it. It's so wonderful. It's so user-friendly, and I don't feel lack of quality. Nothing, I mean, I haven't been using it that long, but even though this little leather pull tab here on the side is thinner leather than it used to be a couple of years ago, it also doesn't matter. It's still holding up really well. So do you think they will get away with it, Foxy, with the canvas becoming just as expensive as leather and people still wanting to buy it? Will they get away with it?
I think people will still buy it, but I think they're going to get a ton of backlash for it. And they're going to lose a lot of customers. Now, the other thing is, Louis has this lovely little thing where they like to say one thing, they'll do it for a while, and then they change their minds. Like, to give an example, this year they were supposed to have stopped the date codes and the made in. That's what they said the first of the year. Now, we just got Christmas animation, and what do they have?
Made in
code and made in tags.
Actually, that's interesting that you mentioned that. While I was filming other videos today during the live stream, you guys thumb up this video if you're liking us thus far. And remember, I live stream every Saturday, so the live streams go on for many hours. A lot of different topics get filmed. So you might be listening to just this video, but we have had a conversation going on for many hours prior to filming this video. So in the chats prior to filming this video, one of my wonderful viewers said, "Ooh, Dacob, I just got a key pouch." I actually have one here, because I also got one I unboxed it just the other day. I ordered it online from Louis, right? And they said, you know, I just got it in the New York, I think, Louis boutique. And they opened the key pouch, the monogram key pouch, I think it was. And inside, it didn't say where it was made. But mine says where it's made. Mine says made in France. And mine was also produced just like a month ago. And I was like kind of surprised. And I said, well, don't worry about it, because I remember Foxy telling me that they're going to stop producing the made in, but you're still going to get a little paper inside that says where it's made. But yes, I have noticed that all my things that I've been purchasing lately have a made in label on them. But now, you know, Foxy just told us that they're going back to, so they made a very limited amount of things then without the made in tag, right?
Yes.
And now they're going back to the made in.
I'm going to say it's because of the chips. I know that there's like a worldwide shortage going on or something. So I'm going to guess that they don't have access to the technology that they need to put into the bags. And that's why they're going back to it. That would be my guess.
Oh, I see. But there's a general worldwide shortage of that metal that they need to use, right, for all their chips. Like also Apple is having issues. So Louis doesn't have the material to do the chips, and that's why they're going back to the made in stamp. But you guys, so the person who wrote me about the little key pouch that they got without the made in stamp, you're one of the lucky few that got a limited version of these. I mean, because if you think of it this way, there have been more pieces with the made in stamping inside than there have been pieces without the stamp. But the pieces without the stamp come with the chip. So in a way, you have a more special kind of piece that was limited in time. Who knows when this new technology that they've started implementing will go back to being produced. So in a way, don't worry, people. If you got your Louis in the boutique without the stamp, you got something special in a different way, right?
Yep. For the time being.
I prefer the stamp, though. I gotta say. I love to see where it's made in.
The stamp and the date code, because that's like all I've ever known since I bought Louis. So
yeah, for me,
just my preference.
Yeah, for me, it's really hard to go back on these things. Frozen Luxury, Saya is in the house. How you doing, sweetie? Now I want chips, says Frozen Luxury. We weren't talking about those chips, but damn, that's a good idea. I would like a chip too. And I love the way they smell. I'm just smelling the key pouch now. Oh, the fresh smell of a fresh Louis SLG. Oh, no, nothing like...
Thank you. I'm not the only crazy person who sits there and smells their Louis. Yes.
Foxy, you know, I'm a very olfactive person. You know, I love perfumes. I smell everything. I smell my Louis and they just make me so happy.
Have you noticed that the smell has changed? If you bought like vintage Louis Vuitton versus brand new, it's a different smell.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, I've noticed, the leather pieces, because the key pouch is actually leather on the inside, as opposed to the toiletry pouch, which is not leather on the inside. So it has a different smell. But for the leather piece, so my key pouch from a couple of years ago, and also my poche document, because back in like 2012, they made the poche document with leather inside, had a more intense smell. This smell now, it's still the same. I recognize it as the same exact smell, but it's a bit more plastic.
I agree. Did you know that that's one of the tools you can use to authenticate like vintage bags, is the smell? Because the replicators, they can't do that. They can't replicate that smell.
Yeah, that smell
is the Louis smell.
It's the Louis smell. The Louis smell. How would you describe the Louis smell in words?
Yummy goodness.
It is yummy goodness for real. And you know, I have this tendency of smelling also Chanel bags. Their leathers are so different, you know, depending which leather they use, but oh my gosh. Like The smell of leather from a Chanel bag when it's done with the right hides, if there's nothing like it. And yes, you can authenticate a Chanel bag also from its smell, because when they really work with the high-end luxury hides, which are very limited, they don't have enough of those hides to make all of their bags out of that high-end quality leather. But if you know how to pick the right bags when you're in the boutique and you get those right bags, like I just got the other day, I have one here. Just picking up all my examples. Oh my gosh. When it's the right leather, you guys, it blows your mind. It's insane. Now with Louis has a smell that no other brand has, that I've smelled thus far when it comes to canvas mixed with leather, or canvas on its own with other interiors. I would describe it as a, it's a very delicate, subtle smell, but it gives you peace. It relaxes you. It calms you down. It's very soothing. It's almost buttery in a way.
I agree. You should have seen, okay, so I bought a 2000s bag when I first started dating my boyfriend. The first thing I did is I went and smelled it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's real. And my boyfriend comes over, and he's looking at me like a freaking mental patient. And he's like, you're smelling a bag. Really? You're smelling a bag. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, how do you tell it's real by that? I was like, it has the smell, sweetheart. The Louis smell. Smell it.
I mean, to me, it's like totally normal because I smell everything. You know, when I was a kid, okay, I was already obsessed with perfumes as a tiny kid. I was obsessed with soap. So when my parents would put me in the bathtub, they started buying me those, you know what, they still make them sometimes. Those soaps on a cord, they're like round, and they're attached to a little, like a rope or a cord, and they're made that way so you could hang them above the bathtub, so you can always kind of grab to your soaps. And I would wear them as medals. I would wear them around my neck, and I would smell each and every one of them, and they all smell different to me. And the same with toys, plastic toys. Whenever they would buy me a new toy, the first thing I would do would be smell it. And if they sometimes try to trick me and take an old toy I'm not playing with anymore and give it to me as if it were a new toy because they thought I forgot about it, I would smell it and I would be like, no, this is my old toy. I know the smell.
Can you tell we were the cool kids in high school?
I mean, I was a total nerd, so.
So was I.
Yeah, I'm like, the cool, I was not. But you know what? I didn't care for a minute. I was never looking up to the cool kids thinking, oh, you know, I was just like looking at them thinking, what a bunch of freaks. And like, in the meanwhile, all of them were thinking, boo boo, you're the freak. But I didn't care. Wait, who's saying something? Wake up and smell the Louis. New merch idea, says Isabella.
That's perfect. I want a shirt.
You want a shirt? Let's work on it then.
I want a shirt.
Wake up and smell the Louis. We got to write this one down. Well, it's going to be in the video now, so I won't forget. Oh my gosh. Hamid says, hey girl, I stopped into my hotel real quick. I'm on vacation in New Orleans or New Orleans. Hey Foxy girl, it's me who told you about the Hermes drama in Manhattan when they shut down Madison Avenue store.
Oh, hi love.
Okay, Foxy says, hi love. They have no bags and the girls are livid, says Hamid.
Yeah, that would piss off your clientele real fast.
So why do you think they have shortages? Is it because of the lockdown? Is it because there's not enough people working the ships anymore, the cargo ships, or is it lack of plastic?
Everything. It's all of it combined. They're having issues getting them in. They don't have enough, quote, unquote, they don't have enough materials, workers, etc. to meet demand. You name it, they'll blame it on it.
Do you think that the plastic, the canvas, is it manufactured outside of Europe?
Oh, what, the cute little thing that everybody says it's made in China?
No, not the cute little thing. I mean the canvas. All of their like here. I'm just lifting the Poche Toilette. The actual monogram canvas.
As far as I'm aware, it is made in Europe.
It's made in Europe, not in China?
As far as I'm aware, yes, made in Europe.
So how do they get the raw materials for this plastic?
That I don't know. That's a heavily guarded secret.
Oh, okay. So they really don't want anybody to know that.
No, no.
But this is very comforting for me to hear you say that the plastic canvas is made in Europe and not outside of Europe. That's cool. If that is really true and if they really stick to it and really don't lie to us and they really, really do only make it in Europe, then I say more power to them. Somebody...
I have asked a lot, so...
Oh, you've asked?
I've asked many, many times.
And they always say, yes, it's made in Europe.
Yes.
Somebody's asking you, actually Jam Human is asking you, what is Foxy's favorite perfume?
Oh. The new one that I got, the Cure... Oh, shoot. I'm gonna screw this up. All right. I'm sorry, my French is not up to par.
Yeah, French is difficult. I got a couple of... Is it a Louis?
Yeah, it's Louis. Of course,
okay.
It's Louis. Got issues. Cure Batant. Batat?
What? Cure...
C-E-U...
Ah, yeah. Yes, Cure Battant. Yes. No, yes. It's called Cœur Battant, which means the beating heart.
That is my favorite scent. Although, everybody has been on my case about trying that Baccarat Rouge 40. I want to try that so bad.
Yes, the Baccarat Rouge by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. He just became a perfume director at Dior, by the way, Mr. Francis. So we're looking forward to great perfumes from him. Baccarat Rouge is not my favorite. I know it's very No, I'm not a fan. I know it's a very popular perfume. A lot of YouTubers wear it. Actually, luxury YouTubers that like don't wear any perfumes, like they love that one. To me, it doesn't. I mean, I'm really curious to know what you think about it. Maybe it works on your skin. My chemistry and Baccarat Rouge are no friends.
Well, I can't find a dang place around me that sells it. That's my issue.
Huh.
The other scent that I do love is Jasmine by Tom Ford.
Yeah.
That one smells divine.
So you like jasmine perfumes, huh?
I do.
Well, then I suggest you try to hunt down Joy by Jean Patou. I'm going to lift it up here so you guys can see it. Because this is the most indolic... Well, I don't know if you like Jasmine Sambac, which is a night-blooming jasmine, or a Jasmine grandiflorum, which is a day-blooming jasmine. Or maybe you don't know the difference, but Jasmine Sambac is a bit softer, less indolic. The day jasmine smells very, very pissy, but in a good way.
Pissy? Oh.
Wait, hold on. Let me just try to... There you go, you guys. This is Joy by Jean Patou. It has been discontinued, unfortunately. But you can still find... You can find bottles still somewhere. And if you do find a bottle... Oh my gosh. Oof. Right now it smells like barnacles. When it dries up, it's so indolic. I'm living for this one. So, but usually, also on female skin, Joy develops... This is like pure jasmine. So if you know, and I've also found out that Foxy loves snakes. Now, if you are into snakes, this perfume, it smells a little bit like a snake as well.
Oh. It might be the perfect one for me.
It has a snake scale type of vibe. You know how snakes smell? They have that oily secretion. Yeah, it has a bit of a snaky touch to it. Joy by Jean Patou. You should definitely try it out. It's very intense.
I have 85 in the next room.
What? Yeah, snakes. I know, so amazing. I love snakes. You guys, for those of you who don't know, Foxy loves snakes. Foxy has a lot of snakes in, what, 85?
Yeah, we just sold some.
Oh, okay. So, used to be 85 snakes. Amazing. I love it. But you're not selling them to Louis, I hope.
No, 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 no. To people who want them as pets.
Good, good, good. Yeah, just for pet purposes. That is so amazing. I mean, snakes are amazing. I used to work with snakes, but not the venomous ones. I only worked with, you know, pythons and boa constrictors. Yeah.
I just do balls. I mean,
What do you do?
python.
What did you say?
I said I just do balls. I meant ball python.
Oh my God. Yeah, guys, the puns keep flowing. Listen, sweetie, there's another point we have to touch base on as we announced at the beginning of this video, and that is Mr. Virgil Abloh at Louis Vuitton. What do we think of him? Because I've had this impression really quickly that since he came to be at Louis is trying to freshen up their image and make it look like they're this hype beast type of fashion brand, hip, cool, always a step ahead of the times. But to me, it's like they're losing touch with their heritage since he's there. And to me personally, it feels like what he does is kind of like, looks like Louis in a very cringe way, desperately trying to be cool, but not really managing to be cool. Do you know what I mean? What do you think?
Bloody awful.
Bloody awful.
As soon as Virgil came on, it's like, oh, heritage gone. And then he tries to, well, you can say try, basically steals ideas from former designers like Mark and remakes them 3%. In his own words, he did in an interview. He changes things 3% and then bam, perfection.
Wow, so he's full of himself on top of it all.
Oh, he got an ego.
Huh. So Mr. Virgil has an ego. Who would have thought?
No one ever, right?
No one ever would have ever thought that Virgil Abloh had an ego? Okay, well then, I mean, I'm fine with him having an ego as long as the stuff that he makes looks good, but not one single piece that he designed for Louis did I want to own. No, not a single one. I'm thinking, no. Not a single one.
The only one that I have that was designed by him that I do love was the original Millionaires before they changed the frames and they made them smaller. Otherwise, mostly everything that they slap his name on that I buy, like the watercolor, was in-house designers. It wasn't actually him.
Oh, so he didn't design the watercolor.
He says in interviews he does, but from what I've heard from inside, no. Somebody gave him the idea and was like, look, do you like this? And he's like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, take that. Slap my name on it.
Ugh, I can't. Okay, but listen, but also, what's up with the lawsuit that you said was happening with those animated characters that were like last summer, I think? When did they release those? When he tried to do Takashi Murakami type of thing, like with all these cartoon characters for Louis, but looked just like weird creatures high on weed. And
the puppets. There was a Burberry designer, not Burberry, he was British, that's what I meant to say. A British designer who went after him for that very publicly, although not a lot of people read it.
Yeah, so he copied the designs of another British artist or designer?
Yes. And they're going after him for that. They went after Louis for Sunset. They go after Louis quite a bit.
And
copying.
What does Louis do? Do they settle out of court? Do they acknowledge? Do they take back the collection off the shelves?
They usually settle out of court. If you saw, like, on Sunset, if you go on their website and you look up the Sunset, on the bottom it'll say designed by, and the person's name. That was put there because, oopsies, they made a mistake.
Mistake. They just didn't care.
Yeah. Not until they actually get sued do they care.
Yeah, but that most of these major brands are like that. They don't care, and some of them don't even care when they get sued because they can lawyer up. And I mean, if you're a small private citizen who's an artist, they're like, if you want to sue us, girl, try. Terrible, terrible. So Jesus says maybe they should rehire Marc Jacobs now that he got a facelift. Oh my God.
I will take Mark back at any second.
I would take Mark back with or without a face.
Quite honestly, I'm ready for Louis to get some new blood, both in the men's and the women's department. Nicholas and Virgil.
Yeah, Ghesquière is also not it for me. But Happy Days just commented, I'm waiting for Nicolas Ghesquière to do couture for Louis Vuitton. Are they going to do haute couture for Louis?
Not yet. When is that going to happen?
No, I don't know. Is it in the plans, do you think?
He's done some pieces, but they're all for celebrities.
Yeah. And also, I mean, but because there's been this rumor, because this next spring-summer 22 collection, Pret-à-Porter by Nicolas Ghesquière, or Nicolas Ghesquière, the S is silent.
Ghesquière.
Yeah. The S is silent, so as he should be as well. But alas, she talks. Anyway, she being Nicolas, because she's a sister. So he made a couple of these kind of like more elaborate editorial pieces for the runway that were going into that direction of haute couture that required more, you know, a little bit like Chanel does Métier d'Art. And it was kind of hinting at, hey, if this goes well, if there's a lot of requests for this, maybe we can develop further into the direction of haute couture. What do you think, Foxy?
Well, quite honestly, Louis Vuitton would love to do couture. They want to elevate the house. They want to be known as just better. They want to be like Chanel. They want to be like Hermes. They want to be like one of their own brands that they own, Dior.
And they
I could honestly see it happening.
Yeah, because as I said, as I was going to say, LVMH owns a couple of houses that do haute couture. So for them, it's peanuts to just say like, yeah, sure, let's step it up. Let's start doing haute couture. I mean, I don't think it would take them a lot of change.
Now, would it look good and would it sell is the question.
I don't know. I mean, how is their Pret-à-Porter selling?
Their clothing sells actually pretty dang well.
Both men and women?
No. Men's clothing sells a lot better than the women's.
Right, because of the hypebeast element of it all, I think.
Yes, actually, one of Virgil's biggest selling points is not the leather goods, it's not the canvas pieces, it's his clothing and shoes. That would be his highest selling points.
But he doesn't design the bags, does he?
Yes and no.
Oh, really?
He gets help. He does design some himself. It just depends on the piece.
Minus Marc Jacobs, which living designer of today would you see instead of Virgil for the men and instead of Ghesquière for the women? Oh, thank you for the super chat, Diash. We got a super chat in.
$19.
What does it say?
You know who
Super
I
chat
would have
from
loved to see?
D.Ashley.
He died,
Just a
but I
little
would have
something
loved
to
to
put
see
towards the
McQueen
new MacBook
at
Pro.
Louis.
Those prices are bananas.
Oh, but
Black
McQueen
heart,
kicked the bucket
heart,
a
black
while
heart.
ago.
Yes, he did.
Thank you, Diashley, so much. Quick acknowledgement. I will acknowledge you in the in-between segment later. Thank you so much, sweetie. So kind. Thank you. So Alexander McQueen.
I loved him as a designer. Oh, God, his pieces were gorgeous.
Yeah,
I know they were macabre, but gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm thinking how the macabre would do at Louis. But then again, McQueen...
Fresh air.
No, but I think McQueen was flexible enough. I mean, you know, he also worked for Givenchy and it was a different direction there. It's not like he only knew how to do nightmares. He did a lot of things. He was very flexible and intelligent fashion designer who could adapt to the needs of the brand. So I think he could have definitely... I mean, Alexander McQueen was so talented. He could have worked at any brand, really, and he would have done something special for any brand. But I'm thinking if we're to think in terms of like Louis... and its heritage. I think Marc Jacobs is really good for Louis because he kept it flat in a way. And with little spikes of genius here and there, but it's what Louis needed. Louis needed that flatness, I feel, you know?
Louis should be bending on the ground, thanking him for everything that he did, because he's the one who brought Louis Vuitton and elevated it to what it is today. He came up with the collaborations like Monogram Multicolor with Murakami. Never gonna happen again.
No, never, ever. But did Louis fire him, or did he leave because he didn't want to stay there anymore?
Okay, so what I've heard internally is there was fighting and he was ousted.
Oh. What sort of fighting?
I can't really say, but it wasn't good. They wanted him to go into a different direction than like what he wanted, what he saw for the brand, and it wasn't fit anymore. And then they wanted new blood, so Kim left as well, and they put him at Dior, which he's doing fabulous there, and they got Virgil.
Huh. I'm thinking, because I don't like what Kim is doing at Dior.
You don't?
I don't even like what he's doing at Fendi.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Skims collaboration, but that's me.
Yeah, I think all of these brands are a mess at the moment. I think also Maria Grazia Curie is tragic at Dior for women. Kim is bad for men. I think they should go back to Hedi Slimane to do Dior Homme, or go back to Dries Van Noten. Didn't he do Dior? No, Chris Van Asch. Sorry. They should go back to Chris Van Asch doing Dior. I know it's like Dior probably thinks that's a bit dated. We want something more fresh. But Kim, no, girl. I know. I mean, but again, it's just me. It's just me. But for Louis, I don't know. Again, without going back to Marc Jacobs, if we were to give somebody new who's alive the appointment of being artistic director at Louis, who would it be?
Yeah, I don't have a name that actually pops in my head that says, oh yes, they would be fabulous for Louis.
I also don't know. Thinking, what if Hedi... Hedi's doing really well at Celine, but let's say he came to Louis. Maybe. He's dry enough. I think Hedi Slimane could do Louis pretty well. Happy Day says Richard Quinn. Oh, Happy Day says, I would love Phoebe Philo at Dior. Interesting.
That would be curious to see.
Oh my God, Kenita. Oh my God, Foxy. Kenita says, so I went to my Louis Vuitton boutique yesterday and my sales associate said, have you heard of FOXYLV? She's a legend. We love and fear her at the same time. Yes.
Fear me? Why?
Because you speak the truth, baby.
Oh, oops. Yeah, my big mouth gets me in trouble.
No, it should not get you in trouble. And all of y'all Oompa Loompas out there fearing the truth, wake up and smell the coffee. Truth.
My favorite line from you ever, boo-boo.
Boo-boo. Wake up and smell the coffee, boo-boo. Truth will liberate you. You should not fear the truth. What you should fear is sugarcoating things while backstabbing people in their back, not telling them the truth to their face. That's what you should fear. Foxy keeps it real all the time. And if you can't handle it, that means that you got a problem with yourself, not with her. So let's just call this, let's call a spade a spade. You know? Anyway, it had to be said. It had to be said. Publicly, so that everybody knows. And if the Louis people then watch this video and think about, like, what the hell are they talking about? You know what we're talking about. Don't play dumb. You guys know, watching, exactly what we're talking about. And honestly, the fact that so many people at Louis also know you means that you can get more and more intel as well, which is great. For us consumers, it's great. You're doing us a huge... you're doing us a huge service, us the consumer, because you do get information, internal information that otherwise the brand would not want to share.
No, they get, oh God, okay, their whole marketing scheme like kills my soul. They just did it again. So LV's marketing scheme is to release a new whatever. And then they're going to wait a couple weeks till the whole thing's sold out, and then they're going to promote it on their Instagram and everywhere else. That, all you do is piss off customers. You know that, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like, if you go in to go buy the rainbow collection and it's completely sold out, like, why did you even post that on Instagram? What? That's just dumb. That's not what your customers want. I get that their strategy is, well, it brings people in and maybe they'll buy something else. It also pisses them off.
Yeah. I would be more pissed off than being like, oh, well, let's just find an alternative instead.
I'd be pissed off.
Yeah, me too.
Half the reason why I started my Instagram and wanted information. Because I want to know, because I know it's going to sell out the moment it drops.
Exactly. So yeah, but I know, but it's also tricky to like then always just contact the sales associate. Hey, this thing is launching in 2 months. Put me on the waiting list. That's also a little bit, but that's their game. They want to play. Frozen Luxury says, fear the FOXYLV.
I love you, Saya.
Saya. Saya is our messiah. Okay, so Night Air says, just joined. Who's the lady? And is she working for some brand? So I'm Dacob, and oh, the other lady. Oh, okay. No, that's Foxy.
I piss off the brand. I don't work for them.
Right? Foxy pisses off the brand. She doesn't work for them. So let's be very clear about that. Yes, but no says, no, Happy Day says, it's FOXYLV, the Louis Vuitton queen. Oh my God. Oh, let's touch quickly based on the last video that we did together. There was an Oompa Loompa that commented something. Remember I sent you the comment? Somebody saying like,
Yes.
And so we got a boo-boo comment of some bimbo saying that, oh my God, like, okay, totally Valley Girl accent. Like, who does she think she is? Like, FOXYLV, like, she's not an influencer. Like, what does she want? And the photos, she's not even wearing those products that she posts on her Instagram. Like, she should be at least like doing mod shots or something. Like, oh my God, it's so lame. Like, what do you want, you guys? And I'm like, oh my God, single digit IQ, dear fruit fly. Let me tell you where it's at. If Foxy posts pictures of products that haven't even been released yet to help us customers be able to deal and learn about these things, how the hell can she wear these pieces if these pieces aren't even produced yet? If these pieces are just samples or prototypes of photos that she gets? Like, and people are calling you out because you're not wearing this. How dumb can a person be?
Oh, and then they're generic photos. I just got off the internet somewhere. By all means, please try to find them.
Oh, yeah, when they come for you for saying like, yeah, like, I'm like, she's just like, anybody can post a photo like that. I'm like, yeah, bitch, you go find that photo. How about you post it first? Huh? And also then I tell them like, excuse you? Influencer? What? Just, well, sorry she has 100,000 followers on Instagram and you have your 25 and you're calling her out for not having any sort of influence on social media. Maybe you should kind of go and read a little bit about what it means to be an influencer on social media, because you obviously don't have your logic down, theory down, facts down. You got nothing down except your underwear, and what we're seeing ain't pretty.
You know, it's funny. Like, I actually don't like being called an influencer.
Yeah, I know it's a cringe word, but
it is, and it can be. It's not a good connotation depending on who you're talking to. But if they ask me, I go, well, I influence people to buy very expensive things.
Well, you do, because I mean, you have a love for this brand, and it's not that you're influencing people by wearing the stuff and saying, look, my lifestyle is amazing when I wear this stuff. No, you're very dry about it. This is the product, this is the price, this is the price, if you know the price, this is the product number, done. Coming out then, done. So you're literally, you are an encyclopedia of whatever's coming out. You're not picking and choosing the best parts and telling us, hey, I'm influencing you to buy this rather than that. No, you're actually posting everything you know.
And then the other thing that I do is I'll do my Q&As and people ask me, well, do you think this is a good product to buy? And then I will tell you why or why not it is a good product, which they don't like. They want me to say they're all good products.
Oh, they don't like it when you say this is not a good product?
Oh, when I shat all over the Pochette Matisse canvas version, then not thrilled with that.
What happened?
Somebody asked me if I would choose between a canvas or an empreinte Pochette Matisse. And I said, oh my God, for the love of all that's unholy, please never buy a canvas Pochette Matisse in your life. They have glazing, they have cracking issues. They do not hold up well over time. If you're going to buy one, buy the empreinte. I have personally owned one and it cracked. Okay. I was so pissed.
Yeah,
and
that's...
everybody messages me, so they show me all the flaws with the bags, and it's just not a very good constructed bag in canvas.
But it works in leather.
It works in leather.
Well,
there has been some issues, but not nearly the amount of canvas. It is one of Louis Vuitton's most sold products. It is also one that is highly returned. And I loathe it with a passion.
You loathe it with a passion. Ooh, cha, we're loving that. The drama of it all. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, it's like a messenger bag made tiny, more petite, more girly-like, but it has that kind of, the idea of it is of being something very functional, but because it's very detailed and has a lot of little details about it, it's really hard. Personally, you guys, my opinion, I mean, let's not forget that the canvas was born as a flat surfaced product to plaster on their trunks, straight flat trunks and stuff like that. It was supposed to be water resistant so you could travel. Now when you start bending this too much and making little folds and creases and all the details and the cuts, this is not made for it, my personal opinion.
And the flap is what cracks, because you have to keep opening it and closing it, opening it and closing it. And then you start getting those hairline cracks, which can turn into big cracks. And then your piece just is bad.
Yeah, it's not that the canvas isn't up to par. It's just that you gotta know the limitations of the materials you're working with, and it's okay. Every material has its limits. Every material, even leather has its limit, metal has its limit, paper has its limits. It's okay that the canvas of Louis should not be used for every single type of structure and shape. It's fine. But the fact that they keep pushing this, I think the fact that this bag is selling so much is because the shape is functional. It has a cute compact type of feel to it, but the execution of it, because the materials are limited, is what makes this bag so complicated. I would have preferred to see a more square-shaped bag without all the compartments.
It originally was squared shape.
Oh.
It's a remodel, remake, whatever you'd like to call it.
So it's been like updated in the design. What was the original name called? Do you know?
The Montesquieu.
Okay.
I probably screwed that up, but it's the Montesquieu.
Happy Day says, yes, this is the tea. You know your materials.
But originally it was more square, didn't have all of that stupidness.
Yeah.
And the fold did have some issues, but it held up better. Most definitely.
Uh-huh. Saya is telling us FOXYLV and Dacob capsule collection. Yes.
Oh, we're bringing back the heritage, honey.
We're bringing back the her in the tidge. Heritage, get it? Are you still there? Did I lose you, Foxy?
No, I'm just listening to you because I love your voice.
Oh, thank you. I thought like, oh my God, I killed her with this last joke. It was so bad. Even Foxy couldn't stand it. She hung up on us.
No, never, darling. Never.
Her in the tidge. No matter how many times I repeat it, it still just doesn't get funny. Leslie says, yes, bending too much, the flap of the Matisse. Thank you. Happy Day says, yes, this is tea. Oh my God, I already read that one. Sorry. You should know the compositions, how tiring it is on the grain lines. If it has any stretch, on bias, etc. I don't think Louis do that very well. Oh, you think they don't do very much? They don't do very well also quality control. I think they're overproducing their stuff, so they don't even have time to do quality control. That's what I think.
No, they don't. There used to be many positions in quality control, and those have gone down, so, yeah.
Yeah, they're saving their money on quality control, aren't they?
That's why we see all the misalignment, the stitching. Like, they've been putting out some pretty crap product lately.
Yeah, the misaligning is sad.
Oh, did you see Christmas animation where there was for the Japanese, for the bag charm, the mini pochette, they literally forgot to color in the entire cherry blossoms on some pieces, and it's been multiple. Like it's a white cherry blossom tree.
Yeah.
And then they have color in the bottom. I was like, what?
That's insane. I'm double shocked by what you just said, that they actually released that, but I'm also double shocked at what Jizzes just commented about the flaps. Jizzes says, ladies, don't bend your flaps too much, they'll crack. Yeah, we got Jizzes in the chats, you guys. Jizzes always keeps it very real. Gwen says, WTF, cherry blossoms? How could they?
It's supposed to be pink and they made it white.
Oh my God. Oh my God. D. Ashley is like, give Kanye the job Virgil stole. Oh my God.
Oh, you know those two are buddy.
Yes, I know. They're, yeah. Yeah. Bros or bruz. Bruz, actually. Because when you're that straight, you can only say bruh.
You know that Louis Vuitton, like, straight up banned Kanye for a while. And then when Virgil started, Virgil invited him to, he invited him to his first show. He's given him many pieces. Like,
wait, why did they ban Kanye?
I believe it was the outrageous behavior.
That's what made him famous, though.
Yeah, but you don't want that at your shows. You don't want to. Louis does not like to be associated with anything negative. They want that very positive.
But how can they, okay, well then, according to their own logic, how the hell can they disassociate from themselves?
Okay, yeah, that's one thing.
Because they're negative.
They haven't caught on yet. Like, we are in the age of social media, Louis. If you make a shit product, guess what? It's going to be all over TPF. It's going to be all over Facebook. You can't stop that. It's going to be on Instagram and it's going to go worldwide. You can't stop that. So why don't you change things from within?
And also chill a little, girl. Take that stick out of your butt and just enjoy the ride. Sometimes bad advertisement is also really fun and interesting and actually ends up being good advertisement.
Well, now they do ride that train with Virgil. The one thing Virgil does well for Louis Vuitton is he gets them in the press. It may not be the best press, but like the stupid airplane bag that's $40,000.
Yeah.
That got him a ton of press. And people bought it. There was a sultan, I don't know what they're called, somebody from Dubai bought one from, don't ask me how I know this, bought one from Rodeo and had it shipped via plane. It got its own plane ticket to come to him.
Sheikh, no, Sheikh, not Sultan. I think Sheikh, yeah. So he, really? Why? Because the Dubai Louis Vuitton boutique could not order one plane bag?
Apparently, it couldn't get one. So they got one over here in the U.S. And it got a first class ticket.
I mean,
$40,000 back.
you know, they can afford it. You know, I was in Dubai once and I was like, it was summer, I was doing something there. Anyway, long story short, it rained for like 10 minutes. And I was like, in the middle of the desert, out of the blue, rain. And I was dealing with well, anyway, I can't, NDA agreements. So anyway, I can't say much, but I can tell you this. They informed me when I arrived to that spot where I had to be. I was like, it rained. Am I crazy? You guys, did you see this? And they told me, oh yes, the sheikh wanted rain, so we made it rain. And I was like, what? I said, oh yes, we just flew a couple of airplanes in the sky and threw salt into the air because that condenses the humidity, densifies it, and it makes rainfall artificially for like a couple of minutes. Costs millions of dollars to do, but they can do it if you can pay it.
Okay, that is a whole nother level.
Oh yes, that's Dubai.
Have you been? Okay, so I've been there once. Have you been to their malls?
Yes, I've been to their malls. I've also been to Abu Dhabi. I've been to the malls. I've been to the ski center in the middle of the desert. I've seen it all there. What can I tell you?
It's a whole different like universe.
Yeah, it is.
I died and was just sitting there staring the entire time, just what is going on? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's at a point where the people that have money there have so much of that money that they just don't know what to do with it anymore. And the sad thing is sometimes they transform it into aesthetically interesting things, but a lot of the times all that money is turned into tackiness that you just like, you can't. But now, without throwing only shade at Dubai, there's some beautiful sides to Dubai, architecturally speaking. I turned my back to all the consumer crap because it's really crap. And I went to the old city and I went to Dubai when it was tiny. They still have their old houses made out of sand and clay. And there's that whole old center of the city, which looks amazing. So I loved the heritage. Because they're desert people, but what heritage is there? I mean, they got there, you know, they started building up Dubai just a couple of decades ago and making it into this huge thing. But in the past, Dubai was tiny, just like Las Vegas began with little nothing, and then it grew into something huge. But beyond that, what I love about Dubai and in general the Emirates, their sunsets. Oh, goosebumps. The energy in the air in that part of the world, you guys, when the sun is setting, you feel energy in the air. It's a different light than anywhere else in the world. It's just so beautiful. And the smells in the air. Dubai has its beauty and virtues. It also has its downsides, you know, which we're not going to touch base on in this video. But anyway, back to the sheikh ordering the $40,000 Louis Vuitton airplane bag, which was flown in with a real plane on a private jet with its own ticket. Great.
Whole different level. Super interesting.
Would you purchase a bag like that if you had the money?
The airplane one? No.
What about the ducky?
Okay, I kind of like the ducky. I kinda like the ducky. That one's what, only like $5? I have to look up the price. That was cute though.
You like the ducky, huh?
Come on now, quack quack. You gotta love the ducky.
Okay, Foxy, I'm going to show you something. I know you also like horror movies like I do, right? 80s kid, yeah. You are. Okay, look at this. I got Chucky with me right now. The OG Chucky. Would you... Okay, so if I were appointed to do a capsule collection for Louis, the first thing I would do would be a collection of monogrammed printed clothes for all the slasher characters of horror movies I love. Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Chucky, Leatherface, Hannibal the Cannibal, Buffalo Bill. I would make, you know, like...
Wait, did you see that Nicolas Gastier did The Exorcist?
For Louis?
Yes, and they canceled it.
Oh, because of copyrights.
I believe they had them in place, but it was right when the pandemic like had hit. if I'm thinking of the right one. But they had a bag for it. They had a shirt. Oh my God. I was like pumped. I was like, yes, for Louis. Oh yeah, I'm there. And then they just canceled the whole line. And I was like, oh, God damn it.
Or they were like, oh, horror, we want to play it safe. Nobody's going to buy it. I would buy it. Are you kidding me? I'm just looking like how Chucky would look like in a little Louis Vuitton ensemble. Oh, so cute. The brown fits the color of his hair. Now, could you imagine if they made a Chucky doll out of the canvas? Ooh, just like they did the Ducky?
Okay, I love Chucky, but I am so there for Jennifer Tilly, Bride of Chucky.
Oh yeah, Tiffany. If they did a Tiffany, a Louis Vuitton outfit for Tiffany.
A hot minute.
Yeah.
I'd be so excited.
Count me in any day, all day. Living for it. Oh man, Chucky. Oh, could you imagine his hair with the LV logo sprayed all over it? That would be so cool. I'm imagining like the LV. Yes, the monogram all over it. Anyway, well, all right, you guys. Oh. I just wanted to say, it's been an hour. You know, we have audience retention problems on YouTube. People have the attention spans of fruit flies. They're going to listen to us 2 minutes and then they're going to be like, So it's been an hour. And I want to say, Foxy, thank you so much for tuning in, joining this conversation, for letting me blabber you full with this funny information about Chucky and Co. And thank you for sharing all your knowledge with us, most importantly.
Of course, darling. This is what I'm here for.
And
you need me, I'm there.
Oh, thank you so much. So sweet of you. And people are sending you a lot of love in the chats. And Dee Ashley says, I think our collective ego is going to ultimately destroy the human race. Mother Nature is looking at us as if we are warts on its beautiful body. Cha. Aisha says, great chat, Foxy. Tim is saying hi to Foxy and Dacob. And everybody's sending love. Robert is sending love. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. And thank you, Foxy, so much for the love and for sharing our passions together. The geeky passions that is Louis, snakes, and horror movies.
Are we fabulous?
We are so those two kids that are like in the school bus, like wearing eyeglasses, braces, have a couple of pimples that are still healing, and we're like the garbage pail kids. I think that's the most fabulous thing you can be, honestly.
So you're describing my high school experience.
Yeah, mine too. Welcome to the club, girl. I was a living pimple. With legs. Lucia R. Villanueva says, thanks for the great content and convo. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much, Foxy. I'm going to talk to you very, very soon. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if you want to tune in tomorrow, 31st of October is going to be tomorrow. For those of you who are watching later, oh well. But I will be live streaming again for Halloween party on my channel. So Foxy, if you want to dress up and tune in, it's going to be all with cameras. Just holla if you're in the mood. Not everybody is in the mood to do Halloween, but you know, if you want to, welcome.
I can watch and send you my commentary again.
Oh yes, you can do. Of course you can. you can just tomorrow morning when you wake up, you're having your coffee, cereal, what have you. You just open up Super Dacob, the Halloween bash. It's gonna be super kooky. I have a costume. You're gonna laugh your butt off. So it's gonna be super funny. And yeah, you can just watch and send your comments in. I can read them. I'm like, okay, guys, this just in. Foxy commented on costume A. And she said not even her snake would want to wear that. You know what I mean? But maybe somebody will dress up as a Louis Vuitton bag or as a Chanel bag.
Is it sad that I want to dress my dog up as that?
That's so cute.
She would be so mad at me.
You know what I would? Okay, if I had a dog, I would dress it up as a keepall. Well, if it's like a longer dog, I would dress it up as a keepall or a speedy. I would dress up my snakes as twillies.
That's a good idea.
because they're long like twillies. Like, oh, look, I got 85 Hermes twillies in the back. They wiggle and they jiggle.
Oh my god, I love Jizza's comment. I'm showing up tomorrow as a cracked double flap.
But I love like, but he's a crack double, but he's still showing up. Girl, if your double flap were cracked, girl, you wouldn't be able to walk, girl. You wouldn't be able to lift that crack off the flow. Busted the house. Oh my God, you guys. And on that note, thank you everybody for tuning in. Never forget to never give up on love. Be sure to follow Foxy on Instagram at FOXYLV. That's FOXYLV. And also follow her on FOXYLV Den. FOXYLVDEN. Thank you, Foxy, so much. Until next time, you guys, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.